Hi, I'm Gunnarolla of the internet. It's National Teen Driver Safety Week, and I'm here with a couple reminders for all you young drivers out there. I remember being a teenager. It wasn't that long ago. I actually waited a bit of time before getting my license because I was terrified of getting on the road. And with good reason. Did you know that road crashes are the second leading cause of death among young people in Canada? That's why we always like to say, speed is no game. Buckle up! People choose to speed for different reasons. Maybe you're running late, maybe you think the speed limit's too low, or maybe you just like the thrill of it. But it's dangerous and illegal. You could face a fine or even lose your license. So save the thrills for your video games, because when it comes to the road, speed is no game. When you speed, you're more likely to be involved in a crash. And the faster your speed, the more severe your injuries could be upon impact. More than 20% of deadly car crashes in Canada involve speeding. Hey. And it's not just your life that could be in jeopardy. Passengers and pedestrians could be victims too. In fact, studies show that teens are more likely to speed when they have other people in the car. It's a good thing we're not teenagers, huh? We're getting old. Let's talk about trains. At railway crossings, you'll see signage. It could be a Saint-André cross, stop sign, flashing lights, bells, and sometimes gates. You'll need to be aware of your surroundings by reducing your speed and using the stop, look, and live motto. Respecting railway crossings will surely save your life, as a train can take up to 2 kilometers to come to a complete stop. And unlike cars, they can't swerve to avoid a collision. When walking, only cross railway tracks at designated crossings. And don't even think about trying to get that Instagram photo. Trespassing is illegal, and in 2018, half of all rail incidents involving trespassers were fatal. Remember, a train can't avoid you, but you can avoid a train. See ya! Of course, speeding and trains aren't the only issues that young drivers need to be aware of. As you probably know, impaired driving is just as much of a concern, and it takes many forms. Cannabis impairs your ability to drive by affecting your balance and coordination, motor skills, attention, judgment, reaction time, and decision-making skills. Alcohol is a factor in almost half of all car crashes involving young drivers. 1/3 of Canadians who say they've driven impaired do most of their drinking with close friends, partners, or family members. So speak up. Tell your friends and family members it's not cool to drink and drive. Solution? If you're out and you know you're going to smoke or drink, always have a plan. A designated driver, public transportation, ride sharing, or calling for a ride. There are so many ways to avoid getting into a car and driving impaired. And finally, distracted driving. Studies show that drivers who text while driving are up to 6 times more likely to be involved in a crash. We all like to multitask, but this is one time you shouldn't. It's dangerous and illegal. No text or social media post is worth the price of someone's life. Solution? The best thing to do is to keep your phone out of reach while driving. So, those were just a few stats and reminders about how you can be a more responsible driver and keep the road safe. Injuries and deaths caused by speeding, drug-impaired, drunk, distracted, and aggressive driving are entirely preventable. And the same goes for rail safety. Don't trespass or try to outrun or beat a train. It's up to you. So keep your hands on the wheel, your eyes on the road, and remember, speed is no game. See you next time.